Welcome home to everybody. Shechayanu. It feels like there should be Shem U'Malchus, but Shechayanu V'Kiyimanu, that we're back together. It feels so interesting to me on a fast day. That's typically it's a sad day, and it just doesn't feel anything but in the room. To see the guys, that was the most talkative mincha that I'm a guy that's very sensitive to noise. I'm very sensitive to noise by davening. I was struggling inside. This is so good. Then just looking around, hoping Rav Geisler's not here yet, and just enjoying that. We're just excited. We're excited to see you. Just when I was about to say another shah, I would see the next guy, and great to see you. It's really, really a treat to be together. We have so much catching up. Each one, people have been to all different places, involved in all different journeys and trips. There's tons of catching up, and it's just a joy to be united, to be together as a larger chabura. Many of us were together with small pockets of each other. But to get together as a larger group is an awesome, awesome treat, an awesome happening. It seems when we Tisha B'Av, you'll see Be'ezer Hashem, a lot of people come. And Tisha B'Av comes, and it's a sad day, but it's like really happy to see the chevra. I don't like saying Torahs just to say the truth matters, but I actually like it for the day itself. Because to feel Churban Beis Hamikdash, there has to be something that we're mourning, something real. And I feel this every year Tisha B'Av here. I feel this in an honest way, that the good feelings we have, what our entire people need, our brothers, our sister. You have a sister in a school who doesn't feel this. And we need Geula. And when we talk about Churban, we're talking that we want more of this. The feelings of I belong. I was thinking the last Friday night of Yeshiva, outside, many guys since this man, I don't think 70 years from now, guys will remember the Friday night outside the Waterbury dorm. And the just feeling, I'm wanted, I'm necessary, I feel respected and connected to others. Younger guys who don't know what Shabbos and Beis Hamikdash are, the pnimius of Shabbos and Mikdash, this is not my own chiddush, I can prove it to you, we could talk about it. The pnimius of Mikdash is a building. What's the Mikdash b'pnimius? Is a Yid is wanted, a Yid is needed, and Yidna united. That's Mikdash. That was Shabbos. Shabbos and Mikdash are the same pnimius. They're only externally different. The Beis Hamikdash is in place. Shabbos is in time. They're the exact same pnimius. And Mikdash is and Shabbos is that scene far. Now that was Shabbos. Somebody want to know what's Shabbos? That. The Pnimius of Shabbos, he speaks about it today. He is Rai Oberlander Shleishim. Rai Oberlander was very, very into the Sefer from the Slonimer. He had a picture of the Slonimer in his dining room, and he learned his Torah, the Nesiva Shalom, a lot. The Nesiva Shalom speaks about Shabbos, and he says over and over he speaks about Shabbos, and the Pnimius of Shabbos is a Yid is wanted, and Achdus Yisrael, that's like the Pnimius of Shabbos and Mikdash. So I think it's like appropriate on this fast day, we're like feeling unity. We're feeling each person's like wanted. There was no way of getting quiet by a mincha. Because a Yid, there was something powerful that was existing. A Yid is wanted, a Yid's noticed, a Yid's celebrated. People were hugging. It was an einus. And that's the pnimius of Mikdash. So on a fast day, that's thinking, that's being misalva for Churban Beis Hamikdash, Hashem handed us the taste of Geula, Kipshutai Mamish, and we want it for Kol Yisrael. We want it all the time for us and for Kol Yisrael. So I really thank, the first thank you of the summer, we're a chevra of Akar Satayv. The first thank you is for every single guy, the emes, each person for being here, the parents who allowed it, really each person, tremendous iron, it's appreciated. Yavram, you Ma'aseh Nefesh to come 2 days earlier, you came, you managed. Ma'aseh Nefesh is the wrong word. I know you want to be here, I meant that you made it work. Ma'aseh Nefesh is the wrong word, but he He managed, Yehuda Zelman made it work to get here early. Thank you, each person, Sammy, every single guy, Yitzhak and his son, all the brothers too. Thank you for being here. I wanted it in the next thank you. I want to tell you a word I've never said over in my life, and I want to share a new word. We're together. Michal, I want to share, Daniel, something, a davar chadash. I'm curious what the Chevra holds, Ari. I want to gift you something, Ari. Listen to this word. Rabbi Kiva's father-in-law, what was his name? I'm not talking about, I don't know his real name. What was he called, Rabbi Kiva's father-in-law? The great Rabbi Kiva. He was called Kalba Savua. Gemara and Gittin on Ezekiel. He was called Kalba Savua. Kalba Savua, what was he called? Kalba means a dog. Not a very positive name to call somebody a dog. Even though in our day and age, like when you see a guy do, he's mamish a dog. It's a shtickle praise of a guy. A guy's like nailing it and just doing well, you say he's a dog. What a dog. I've seen a son of war on the football field and the chevra's like excited. What a dog. It's a shtickle compliment, so it's interesting. Kalba Savua was called a dog. He's the first guy a dog was a compliment on. But a Kalba Savua means a satisfied dog. Explains the Gemara, why did he get that nickname, Yosef? Whoever came to his house hungry like a dog, Kikelev, somebody came hungry like a dog, Binyamin, this is, Sulam is the place that I was Zeiche. Me and it was love at first sight. We met on the basketball court of Sulam. That's the first time. So our Chabura was Zeiche. Us and Binyamin became merged, became one in Sulam. So thank you. Welcome home, Binyamin. Welcome home. So Elio, Kalba Savua is called a satisfied dog because he was such a generous person. If somebody came hungry like a dog, Kikelev, mamish, hungry, azavi a hunt, like a dog. For the Chassidim amongst us, a kelev's a hunt in Yiddish. Somebody came hungry like a dog, left Savua satisfied. I have the following kasha, Yehuda. The kasha, the Redumsk asked the kasha, but I'm not saying it's teretz. I want to tell you my teretz. The Redumsk, amongst others, the Tfera Shloimeh. The Redums ask, it's so weird to call him a satisfied dog. He's not the dog. His guests who came hungry like a dog left satisfied. If you call him, it's very weird that he's called, hi dog, satisfied. He's not the dog. He's not satisfied, he's not the dog. People who came, it's very weird name. Call after his giving. He's so giving. He's a giver. Call him a machnes eirich. It's interesting. All for the boss, or Ravezi Shlita, all for the boss, as Ravezi Shlita would say. All for the boss, who's the Elder Zayd of Menachem Wiener. I hung out with Menachem Wiener this afternoon. His great-grandfather, the boss, was called the machnes eirich of America. Hachnasa Sarchim, he had guests. Everybody, his house was wide open. That's a normal name. It speaks about his open home. So weird to call the giver the satisfied dog. He made satisfied dogs. Very weird name to call him. Chazal Eliyahu are incredibly precise. They're very exact. And a man who is generous, it's very weird to me to call him a satisfied dog. It's like when somebody came hungry as a dog, he left satisfied. So why are you calling him? Hi, satisfied dog. The kasha. I'm not saying a teretz till you're bothered, Chevla. Shmuel, you're uncomfortable. It's weird. It's weird. Shmuel is coming. He just ran a trip for 3 weeks. The man took on his shoulders him, Yehuda, and Aaron. For 3 weeks they were going al chesed day and night. Given name. The guys were not annoying, but let's say he took care of annoying people. It's not happening. So you call him annoying. Welcome home, annoying. You know, don't call him annoying. He took care. Maybe they weren't annoying, but whatever you want to call them, spoiled teens. They weren't spoiled teens. The best guys in the world. I'm bringing out a point. You say Yehuda. From now on, should we label Yehuda the rest of the summer spoiled teen? Because a guy you came spoiled. That's to call him a full dog, it's very strict. The kasha is like a kasha alimta. Yehudi Yamaskim. Michal, you bothered? Or if you're not bothered, I go on, we'll sing the song, I'll talk on stuff. Yair, you bothered? You're not bothered. You call you call him a satisfied dog? Kalb was savua. The dog was satisfied. True, I don't mind it calls him satisfied, but call him a satisfied dog? A guy, it's like, it's very weird. It's talking about the guy came hungry, like it's talking about the receiver, and you're naming the giver after receiver. Something's bizarre. There's something being expressed here. It's an unusual name. I think we should call him like what we called All for the Boss, the Machne Sayrach, the great host. That would speak about him. To speak about the guests were hungry and they got satisfied, and you call him the satisfied dog. There's something about it that's bizarre. I'm not here to say cute things. I actually like learning, Kevin. So in the Torah, he's called the satisfied dog. A guy like me gets bothered by these things. I don't like that he's called a satisfied dog. It's not like to say a shtickle Torah. I think it's weird. If we were nicknaming, it's funny, over Shabbos, we were Zeich. There's a tifur, I'll probably put it in all the speeches this summer. But this Shabbos, we were Zeich to have the Kala, to have my son Manny's Kala for the first time this Shabbos. So we were going over Manny's nicknames. We were going over it, introducing to the different nicknames. I never met a man with more nicknames. So she was asking the origin of nicknames. But this is one, Kalb Savua, satisfied dog. I would nah. I would call off this one. It's a weird name for a guy. The big dog walked it. It's not the most geschmack name. Chazal are saying something, Dubi, and we need to figure it out, that a very generous, rich man was called a satisfied dog. They're saying something. So I would like to offer two ideas. They're not contradictory. I very much like when you learn Torah and you're bothered, it drives you places. That's how you're supposed to learn Torah. And it drove me to two places. I want to share the two places I was driven from this kasha. And the two places I was driven is I have seen people that are very big givers, but they don't attach to the receiver. A guy can build a hospital. He's generous, gives millions of dollars, and I'm blown away. But he doesn't know any of the patients. He gives the money and he builds a hospital. Then he backs away. Many people get healed, but he's not connected to each person who got healed. He gave money and I've seen many givers like that. And I give them tremendous credit. A guy gives money for hospital. People give to yeshivas. Tremendous balei chasadim. But they're not connected to each receiver. They're not connected to the people they're giving to. That's what I've seen. I've seen people give in that manner. They build a hospital. You know what I'm talking about? That type of giver. They build a hospital. They give money to yeshiva. They're not connected to the receiver. Every single morning we say in davening, we say about Hashem, Sha'asa li kol tzarki. He provides for me all my needs. There's an extra li. You could say, Sha'asa kol tzarki. Thank you, Hashem, you provide my needs. You don't need to say you provide for me my needs. Provide my needs. Obviously, to me, it's completely extra to say that. You provide my needs. I don't mean you provide my needs to Elio. If you're saying thank you for providing my needs, when I say provide for me my needs, the li is completely extra. You provide my needs means you give them to me. If you give them to somebody else, you don't provide my needs, by the way. Providing my needs in English means you give it to me. Sha'asa kol tzarki, the li is completely extra. If you know Lashon Kodesh, the li does not belong. Sha'asa kol tzarki, you provide my needs. I promise you're not providing my needs if you give it to somebody else. So you don't need to say, you provide me my needs. Is the pshat, Michal? I want you to remember this pshat, Chaver. We thank Hashem providing me my needs. The pshat's like this. Somebody could have a soup kitchen, puts a big bowl, a big pot of soup. You know, you go, I love the Rav Shiner shul. So there's a big pot of soup. You go in there, anytime you get a nice bowl of hot soup. It wasn't made for you. Some tzaddik gave it, and you, whoever comes, kol misha writes little, yavavit, everybody can come and take. Soup was put down. You were not thought about when the pot of soup was made. What we're saying about Hashem is not He provides my needs. In His world, He puts a lot of food and enough and I can also take. I come to the dining room. No, Hashem thought about me when He made the pot. She'asa li, kol li lishmi. Hashem doesn't just put my needs in this world. He actually did it for me. He's thinking about me when He gave my needs. Each thing I get, imagine the difference. You go into the dining room in yeshiva, or you come home married. And the dining room is wonderful, cooks are nice. But imagine the cook, before he makes it, thinks about every single guy in yeshiva. It's like Eliyahu's come. When you come home, I remember when I'm first married, what it felt. My wife would like make meals. She still makes meals. And I still sometimes feel, but I'm such a rock that I don't always remember to feel. But you first come home, there's like every supper made. Once in a while, I'm zeicher to feel it. It's retarded. Every night you come home, and it was made for you. Not that it was supper and it's a soup kitchen. You were thought about while it was being mixed. It was made for you. That's what Hashem provides. She'asa li kol tzarki. But I want to say that Kalba Savua is called a satisfied dog. Why is he called after the receiver? I want to say, one, that he was connected and thought about every receiver, that his name was the receiver. Satisfied dog. What are you calling him that? He was connected. He didn't put out food and people took and you would call him after him. He was mamish there, thought about the receiver, was connected to each receiver. He's called Kalba Savua. I'm not proposing that we call Rav Aryeh. He's not here. This is not a flattery. And I'm not proposing that we call him dog. Maybe not. I don't know. But I want to say that the unique nature of how he gives, I don't know in my life if I've seen like this. I don't know if I've seen. To give on such a large scale, but to be connected to each receiver is freaky. And I think that's what Chazal was saying about Kalba Savua. Chazal called him a satisfied dog, means he didn't put out food and whoever came, it means each guest, oh, you're hungry, each guest was noticed. The experience of the guest who was starving and got full, he was like with the guest on that, to the point that he was called a satisfied dog. He was with each guest. There was a specific care. Here was a man who gave it. I think that's what Chazal are capturing. I think it's emes this pshat. I saw the Radamsk say a different pshat. I like my pshat better. And I think it might be emes. What a Chazal calling him a satisfied dog. I'm not trying to be the covet of the Radamsk. I can't be dirt under his toenail. Hashem sometimes gives a siyata d'shmaya. Maybe because I know Rav Aryeh, he gave me a piece of Torah. Why would Chazal call him after a guy who was hungry like a dog and was satisfied? Is because he's so connected to each person who got. If somebody gave and was disconnected, you wouldn't call him a satisfied dog. He's a machneser. He has guests. That's not his experience, that's the guest's experience. He was so attached to the guest experience that they called him a satisfied dog. I don't think I would understand it if I didn't know Rav Aryeh Weiss, the way he gives to us all. On such a magnitude of taking care, and yet of such a private relationship, trying to understand each one, tailor-making. The recognition of each yachid. I called today, he just ran 6 camps, sponsored, helped organize. He was in LA with a bacher visiting another guy at a rehab. Each person is duly noticed. Each person, the way he gives to us is he'll be here for a lot of the 3 weeks. He gives different. He gives in a very personal, connected way. There's a guy who learned in yeshiva years ago who has his own life story, and he's not the most social person in the world. He told me he speaks to Rav Aryeh almost every single day. The noticing of a person, Kalba Savua, somebody came hungry as a dog and left satisfied, became his name. The experience of the receiver became the name of the giver because the giver was so attached to the receiver. It's a different way of giving. It's a different thing. It's a different thing. A lot, I speak to dorm council about putting aside your ego. Put aside you and like feel somebody and experience and connect to somebody. To call the giver a hungry dog who's now satisfied is describing something to me. It's describing a giver who's mamish connecting to the receiver. It's the opposite of a big soup kitchen. Whoever wants to come. I picture somebody who has a soup kitchen, each person like to come, they mamish salt it for him, they figure out what he likes. You want more vegetables, less. The receiver is like Sha'asa li kol tzarki, mamish how God gives it. It was made for me. You thought about me in this pot. That's the first thank you. The next thank you I want to thank. He's not here. There's not a flattery. It's a hakara. We're sitting together. It's a tainus. And the hakara satoiv to somebody who gives to us in extraordinary ways. It's an appreciation. It's an understanding of Hashem. Sha'asa li kol tzarki. And it's an appreciation to somebody who's mahu afato, gives in an incredible way. Again, I'm not proposing to call him kalba savua, a satisfied dog, but I am saying that he seems to feel each receiver, and it's a lesson in how to give. People often give in the way they want to give. They don't notice the receiver. They don't hug the receiver. They don't recognize. Sha'asa li kol tzarki. Hashem gives us. He noticed us. He thought about us. That to me is a remarkable type of giving, and I want to thank Rav Aryeh on behalf of everybody here, and he's not here. I'm expressing it not to give this is not like a cheap thank you, no thank you should be. I'm saying that I feel, I was driving up, and I'm just thinking this is crazy. The kindness of a person, generous and thinking and caring is naira. It's a big part. There's a magic to Sulam. He ties into the magic of Sulam. The next thank you is the way Rav Teitelbaum is to be in Rav Teitelbaum. Everybody knows this place is magic. Guys, we're here. How many years are we having this? Are we here so far for?
7.
Nachum says it's 7 years. 7 years.
First year Durham was Camp Kales, or 8 years.
8 years. 8 years, Nachum says we're here. I want to say that it's been magical each summer. I put a lot of stock. Places matter. Places matter a lot. Who made the place? Kavanas matter a lot. Anybody's, again, I'm happy he's not in the room. Guys, please get a shaykhis to the tzaddik, please. He's a big person. He's a tzaddik of a person, a Talmud Chacham, modest. He's the picture, to me, he's the semel of dignity. He's a picture of a dignified human being. And he hosts us every summer. With such grace. I spoke to Yoel. We're a very, very energetic chevra. And every summer we have the places we're kicked out of and not invited back. When Yoel does all the work, doesn't speak of the guys are awesome. Is the world, sometimes the chevra is so happy and geschmack, it gets people nervous. Sometimes the chevra is energetic, beseder. So we have Kalahari. What's that? The place upstate, they don't want us back. We have different... Cartwright said this year maybe do a different water park, so we got a better water park. But I want to say that there's one person who not only invites us back year after year, but wants us more than the year before. He waits, and his honest love of the yeshiva is like it comes out in the summers. An appreciation to the host. I want to ask the guys to take good care of your room. There's a holy place. Take good care of things. Clean up here. It's a very, very holy place. First of all, because it hosts you. And second of all, it does care of many Yidden that become from here. It's a holy place. Be very gentle with this place. I have a theory anyway that I teach my kids. If we go to a hotel room, my wife leaves it kemat cleaner than we came. Kemat. I kid you not. She leaves it. It's like perfect. It could be cleaner than we came. It wouldn't be exaggeration. And I hold that where you host the Yid, you benefit from it. Moshe Rabbeinu tells Edom that we had our own mun, we had our own water, but Moshe Rabbeinu says that we're not going to eat our mun and drink our water, we're going to buy from you. Because if we're such a crazy, special people, you host us, it's going to be good for your economy. That's how a Yid lives. If I go with my kids to a rest stop, we buy a can of Coke. We buy food. I don't need it. I have food in the car. My wife packs geschmack. You host us, you're going to be good for your bottom line. That's how a Yid lives. You host the Yid, we're using your facility, you're going to end up richer. By the way, I'll clean the facility also. You hosted me, your facility is going to be cleaner. That's how a Yid lives. That's a Yid. A Yid, we've always been that way. The countries that hosted us became richer. We're very loyal. Somebody who doesn't behave that is not a Yid. Never, ever make fun of a president. Ever. 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 He's the president. It's not Yiddish. A Yid doesn't live that way. You host us, it will be better for your honor, be better for your economy. You don't make fun of a president. Your country hosts us. We're full of gratitude. Moshe Rabbeinu was told to give respect to Paroi. Paroi was a sick man who denied Hashem, was a kaifer. That people like knock a president because his political persuasions aren't similar to yours. Nonsense. Moshe Rabbeinu was told by God that you're in Paroi's country, speak with respect to him. Paroi was a lowlife. Rabbeinu had to speak with respect because he hosted us. Then some people think in a Jewish publication it's a Chil Hashem Nifla. If they make fun of the president, Chil Hashem Nifla, against the Torah. It's not how Yidden behave. It's President Biden. You don't make fun, you don't, in any which way. In any which way, you don't make fun. Why would you make? We're hosted. That's how a Yid lives. So I'm asking, we're being hosted by somebody. Let's live like Yidden. The room is kept neat. We turn off air conditioners, light, whatever we could do that it shouldn't be an added expense. A guy leaves for the day, you turn off the air conditioner, you turn it back on when you go back. Why? Because you host me. It's going to be good for you. Why should I just cost money? Don't break things, don't move things. We're being hosted. It's good for you. That's how a Yid lives. Tremendous appreciation that we're hosted by Rav Teitelbaum. I asked the guys to get a shaykhis. It's kedai. I want to make a picture for you. I asked Michiel, it's a tainus and one mishuggin who just talks. You're crazy, kid. It's a tainus. We should all go lie down. I don't know. I'm just excited to see you, Shalom. I asked Michiel Luzi. But I want to describe something. Chaver Meir, I want to describe for you. Again, this summer, it's going to always go back to a chasna and kala probably. But picture a chasna and kala, Elio, full of idealism. Chasna's on fire to build a home. I'm like watching it from up close. The kala's excited, Michal, they're building a home. It's a very special thing. It's interesting. I want you guys to be sophisticated. A chasna and kala have mechilas avainis. They have no averis. A chasna at the chasna's tish, the ma'ar v'shemesh says is bigger than a gadol adar. At your chasna's tish, Michal, in Waterbury, I've been at about 8 chasnas in the last 3 weeks. 8 chasnas. We had 8 Waterbury weddings in the last 3 weeks. And we've restored in the yeshiva the chasna's tish. It bothered me. Historically, the chasna's tish before the chuppah was singing divrei Torah. Today, there was a change. People are just doing nothing. The Waterbury Chavers brought it back. The world's copying. Baruch Hashem, we've restored the chasna's tish. By our simchas, we sing, we fabring. It's very daibin. Nafti's chasna's tish was like from the most elevated things I've ever been at. Shloim Film, just the chasna's tish is very, very special. At the chasna's tish, the chasna has no averis. He's Yosef from a gadol adar. He greets each guest who comes. He's a gadol adar. His bracha is like, you go to a gadol, that's how you get a chasna. Now, what's this magic? He has no sins. We're not like this. What this Harry Potter here? No averis. Like, what do you mean? I just saw him yesterday. When he was 15, he ate chazer. There's no averis. What's happening? Like magic? What's happening? What's being said? He's getting married, no averis. But he has averis. What's this like free pass, get out of jail? You're getting married. Marriage is very good. It doesn't like an enticement for marriage. What is this that a guy has no averis now? There's very deep stuff. We're not like this. We're not this like this deep concepts and ideas. The pshat, Chaver, the pshat that he has no averis. A chassan's thinking about building a home. a loyal place for God. It's no Averis. When you're in that zone, he has no shaykhis to his Averis. Zero. He's not going to be punished for his Averis. He has no shaykhis to his Averis. He is in a spot, he doesn't have a shaykhis to any Aver. He's thinking about building a home, a loyal home. The chasna and kala, the haib in this elevated state, they have no Averis. That's the oimik. It's about to build a home for Hashem. That's a space. There's no shaykhis to Averis. None. He doesn't have any shaykhis to his sins. It's a God Ladar. He's about to build a home. That's the space the chasna is in and the kala is in. The chasna and kala fast forward 20 years later, and the house is nuts. I have this contrast. It's my own, me and Elio, I'm a very, very visual guy. I love visualizing the Friday night meal before it starts and at the end of the meal. Before, everything's like perfect and neat, and the end of the meal, the room's like bedlam. So I love the Jewish home as a quiet place of a chasna and kala. 20 years later, there are teens in the home. There's noise, and people are coming and going, and daughters and sons, and all out bedlam reigns in the house. And each one of your kids with their social lives and what's going, this one's dating, that one's going, this one's coming, camp, back. The home becomes just this base of tons of activity. It started out an idealistic place of two people and then explodes into a world. The question about the home is, does the idealism that started it still connect to all the things that go on? I want to tell you something interesting. I was involved in starting a city. 25 years ago, I went with my wife and children to start a city. I don't have much connection to the city anymore. I'm not involved in the schools, and new people came and do stuff. I pray that the idealism that we started still lives within there somewhere. There were ideas, there were values, there were beliefs, there was something put in there. I pray people came, right? Sun and Shine, Rabbi Chayfetz, a group of people came with sincerity to do something. Things then build in very big ways. The dream is that the idealism still contained in the big thing. Geula, Mashiach, Yerushalayim was a nutty city. It's the happiest city. Mesais Kalar, it's the happiest city on earth. Geula is, there's a Beis HaMikdash, then you have a city, you have soccer teams, you have commerce, you have chevra chilling. There's a whole robust environment, but it all connects and takes its kayach. It still has the pnimius, the connection to Hashem, the sincerity, the idealism, and that spreads to the whole system. Galus, Churban happens when there's a whole system, but the idealism has died. It's not connected there. I want to say about this amazing camp, Sulam. This is a festival for 3 weeks. Johnny calls it a festival. The amount of things that go on in Sulam, there's like, guys are coming from 6 different camps. There's like 30 camps in one Sulam. There's an overnight camp that does Muddy Buddies and that camp. There's a sports camp that plays tournaments, games, things, sports camp. There's this camp, that camp, people doing, coming, trips, you name it. There are a lot of stuff. There are a lot of camps wrapped in one. But at its core is a sincerity, at its core is values, is a yeshiva. At its core, it's just the yeshiva. Where a person is celebrated, where a person is acknowledged for his soul, where a person's craving for Hashem is known, where people bond and connect. That's what it is at its core. Everything else is phenomenal. It's a dream. It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to build a world around idealism. But it has to be kept sincere. I want to say that Rav Aryeh, this summer, we're going to be mechazik. We're zeicha, we have minyanim here. We have a first Seder. Now, it doesn't mean everybody goes to first Seder. But I told you guys the story. 2 years ago, a father called me up. And he said, I pay good money for Sulam. My kid doesn't go to 1 minyan, 1 musarvad, 1 chavrusa. So what am I paying for? And I told the father, and I promise you I mean it. I said he plays football, and the guys who throws him the pass does go to musarvad. And so it connects. Everything has a shirish that it all connects. A shirish of sincerity. He plays football, the guy who sits at Musarad. And the guy who throws him the pass likes him, and as such, all the Musar goes to your son. All the tefillas go to your son. Thank you very much. Thank you, Shalom. Wow. So, what I want to say is this year, just to give the guys quickly the schedule, we brought this year, Rav Aryeh brought, we're Zaycha for the morning Seder is going to be magical. I want to invite everybody to come, and if you don't come to that, at least play football with somebody who does come to that. And the morning Seder is going to be as follows. Rev Geisler Shlita, somebody who for years I have dreamt of this day, is going to be here for the first 2 weeks, and he's coming with his kollel, 6 younger life. Amongst them are guys, Zevi Garalo, who learned in yeshiva. And what's going to happen in the morning, 10:15, everyone, Shachris is 8:30, followed by breakfast. 10:15 every morning, we're going to hear from Rev Geisler. I plan on being there. If you're not going to be there, at least play volleyball for me. But I'll be there, and the Mela will impact how we play volleyball together. But 10:15, we're going to hear from Rev Geisler every single day the first 2 weeks. He will go 10:15 to 10:45. Whatever's on his mind, I want to hear. That'll be 10 to 10:45. 10:45, I'm going to speak till 11:15. So I'm having the audacity, chutzpah, to follow, to try. Maybe I'll just sing the whole time. It's possible. But Reb Geisler will go 10:15 to 10:45. Then 10:45 to 11:15, I will speak. 11:15 to 12:30, we're going to learn a sugya. We have the sheets, beautiful sugyas. 12:30 to 1:10, Rabbi Thaler will give shir. Rabbi Geisler, his kollel, will be here at the shir. We'll learn the chabura. We're going to learn from 11:15 to 12:30 the sugya of the day. 12:30 to 1:10 is going to be shir. It will be a whole machlokes geschmack. It will be rischa daraisa, different opinions. Rav Geisler's kollel happened to have learned the sugyas that right there was saying shir on. It's going to get lebedik. So that's going to be till 1:15. 1:15 is lunch. After lunch, we're going to do sports activities together. There are some days of trips. There are days of trips together, but we'll do sports together in the afternoon. Mincha is going to take place 6:45. There will be some chaburas in the Beis Medrash before Mincha, but I'm going to tell the guys about that with Rev Guys. There's some other chaburas. At 6:45 is Mincha, 7 o'clock supper. 7:45 will be night Seder till 9. It's going to be a much bigger night Seder. Rabbi Russ is going to say Shiurim. Rabbi Guys is going to say Shiurim. Rabbi Brown's going to say Shiurim. Rabbi Aryeh is going to say Shiurim. Many Shiurim will take place. Night Seder is expanded this year. Aaron has plans like you wouldn't believe. There's a lot of plans. Aaron's going to be the Rosh of Night Seder. I want to ask guys, make chavrusas. Learn whatever you want, but grab a chavrusa and learn something good. So if every guy can make a chavrusa, I love the older with younger. If we can make chavrusas, that's going to take place 7:45 to 9 every night. 9 o'clock Ma'ariv. And then will be a night activities. After Ma'ariv will be night activities. That is the basic schedule. I want to welcome Mayor Kappenstein back home. I can wish him a mazel tov. Since we last saw him, it was the Pidyon Aben of his nephew, of his new, fresh nephew. Could be that's the beautiful haircut he has. It could be it's nothing, no shaykhs. Either way, I want to welcome Meir Kapsky back home. I want to speak out a tremendous appreciation. There are guys coming here who just ran trips. They were busy chesed, doing fathers. I want to thank Sammy for running the trip. Tremendously appreciated. I want to thank Shmuel Weiss, just ran a trip, tremendously appreciated. Yehuda Krupka just ran a trip, tremendously appreciated. David Clarer just ran a trip, tremendously appreciated. Yidi Einhorn just ran a trip, tremendously appreciated. Yaakov Manila, Yankiv Manila just ran a trip, tremendously appreciated. Yeah. Did I leave anybody in the room out? What? Where is he? Aaron Smilowitz. the appreciation to guys. To me, somebody takes all those names worked very hard during the year. What? Where is he? Luzzy Blatter just ran into your appreciation. You're all dogs, like we spoke about Kal V'Savua. You're the best dogs I've ever seen. You're dogs because you think, the receivers, you think about the people you gave to. Each trip was thought out, was worked hard. It's a big achrayus. For anybody who can understand, besides all the work, added to any work done is responsibility. Responsibility is powerful, it's heavy. And the achrayus that all these guys took on is tremendously, tremendously appreciated. Really appreciated. The responsibility that all these guys took on is tremendously appreciated. The trips were, I thought it was the best year. I thought this year, I liked that each trip drafted their guys. From my angle, from hearing the feedback I've heard I haven't spoken to every guy, I thought it was the best feedback yet. The amount of guys that told me, Sammy, just please announce officially he's going to be a dorm counselor. I had the amount of guys exactly. We come here, all of us come here, and the party begins. You guys are amazing. It's a fast, and we're cheering and getting excited. The one who's been working on this the longest. Somebody's been working since before Pesach, really from Purim time, hard. Rabbi Brownstein's attention to details is doing for us all. It's phenomenal. We're fortunate. We're fortunate to have a really, really special person. Him and his wife, their children, their generosity, their care, their ability, the amount they give to the yeshiva is la yu'min ki yasupar. There'll be yet a book about this. And what Rabbi Brownstein does and has done and continues to do for the yeshiva is nifla. And really, on behalf of us all, tremendous appreciation to Rabbi Brownstein for all he's done to make this and we have to make it happen. I want to thank Yoel Tepler. Yoel has worked very hard. Somebody who's worked the whole year on trips. You talk about all the trips we did, and this as well. Yachts for all the work. It's amazing. JD, welcome home, JD. My dream this summer, I have thoughts. I want guys to get to meet Rav Geisler. I want to advise. Avi, I promise I'm just speaking to friends. I'm not, if you know Rav Geisler, he's going to be around. He'll be on hikes. I advise guys, get a conversation. Please trust me. And I'm not trying to make life hard for him. That wouldn't be, please go, take him on a hike, a fishing trip, a boating trip. Have a conversation. To me, he's an Eved Hashem whose understanding of Avodas Hashem is different. His advice, his understanding of the needs of a person is different than anything I've seen in my life. So I want to ask the guys, it's not, the shiurim are great. It's much more about the shiurim are amazing. Tap into the shiurim. I plan on doing that. Have a conversation. Pull up a chair. Ask him to go on a walk. Take him on a hike. Have a conversation. I asked the guys, avail yourself of that. Could we all I'm looking, I went with my kids. I want you to get a shaykhis to him. And again, I'm not trying, nobody pressure. I don't want to make it overwhelming for him. So how that could work, take him on a hike. Take him to, go together. Take him. He's a big tzaddik. He'll come along. I want to really ask my friends, Chaperein, I beg you, take advantage. Listen to a shir. I'm going to try to make a couple of chaburas. I'm going to ask if before mincha he can make a small little group, and maybe during nights at a small group. We'll try to have a couple of small groups. So the best one-on-one, find some time to get one-on-one, to speak. He's somebody whose understanding of life is different than things I've seen. It's something unique. Chaparan. That's all I could say to the Chevra. I won't say more. I can't say more, and I don't know there's enough time. If I can't push each guy. A little eitzah. I want to say that please join the mornings. The mornings are magical. We'll be zeicher to hear from our guys. Shlomo will be here. We'll sing. We'll fabring. We'll learn. Rabbi Kalish is a Talmud Chacham Muflag. He's such a treasure. I'm happy my kids get him every summer. We get him every summer. Talmud Chacham, Tzaddik. Yearly, guys learn with Rabbi Kalish. Different people. It's Mickey Grumbaum was the first chavrusa. Many illustrious others have followed to plug in to Rabbi Thaler. So I encourage the guys plug into Rabbi Thaler Shlita. Rabbi Russ will be here. It's going to be a mechaya. Please join the first Seder. Is very, very geschmack in the morning. It gets the day started. Then the sports will play together in the afternoon. Be a mechaya. There's a football tournament will happen and basketball tournament. A lot of fun stuff. There'll be a lot of good stuff. Come join and be part of all the different activities that are going to go down. I asked the guys to join. I wanted to sing one song with the Chevra. I wanted to sing a song specifically on a Yom Tainus. We're thinking about Kirvas Hashem, one song, and then closing words. Then we're going to daven married and have supper. Ani Kirvas Elohim, Kirvas Kirvas Elohim litoi v'ani Kirvas Elohim Holy We have 8 more minutes, and I want to tell you my real pshat in Kalba Savua, and close with that. I waited to tell you this, and I need you to hear it. I'm happy, my friend, our Rebbe Raithaler Shlita just walked in. I asked the Kash Raithaler at the Radomski asked. Rabbi Kiva's father-in-law is called Kalba Savua. Frekta Tfera Shleima, why is he called the dog who comes Rav Kekel of Leaf Savua? It's still a weird name to call him a satisfied dog. He's the giver. The offer the boss is called a Machna Seirich. It's not him. Why are you calling him after what the receiver experienced? Bizarre. The very fact to call him a dog is weird, but it's funny to call him. That's the Radomskis. So I told the Chevra that he connected to every receiver. I told the Chevra he connected to every receiver. He was so he didn't just put out sponsor a hospital. Each receiver, there was a connection that he was called after himself. That was the first one. But I want to close Yehuda and Yehuda. Both Yehudas, I want to say a different pshat. Why he's called a satisfied dog is weird. Now, the Kash is a Kash Alimta, he calls satisfied dog. It's call after his Maisa generosity. A satisfied dog is what the receiver happened to the receiver. So why is he called a satisfied dog? There are two types of giving, Yehuda. You can give to somebody who appreciates. The Gemara says that a kelev takes and doesn't give back. It's a Gemara in the Dharm. The mid of a kelev is it takes and doesn't give back. Lav kalbana. That takes and doesn't give. What perhaps Chazal are saying is describing the giving. There are people who give to people who are capable of receiving. His giving took somebody who was roiv kekelev, who had no capacity to appreciate it, to give back, and he left savua. It actually gave him capacity to appreciate. What I want to say is the savua doesn't just mean he no longer was hungry. It means he was healed. And it was called kalba savua, is a different type of giver. You can give to somebody who appreciates. There's a type of giving, I talked to the dorm council about this concept. You can give somebody who's not capable of appreciating. Little children, when you have children one day to babies, have no capacity to appreciate. If they receive enough, they grow up to somebody who could then appreciate. That's the aymek. They first get without appreciation. They need to receive and feel love, and they come into their own. I'm worthy of receiving. They then could get enough where they could appreciate. It could be, it speaks about that he was willing to give, to collect the hungry dogs, and it became part of his name, and he gave in such a manner, not waiting for what was needed in return. They were hungry dogs. There was no capacity to give back. But they were so healed by the giver who didn't need their thank you, who liked their thank you, who wants their thank you. I shouldn't say doesn't need it, but is able to give without the thank you. I spoke to, after the guys run the trips, I asked Aaron about two texts afterward. I said, did you get a lot of texts afterwards? And some guys have a capacity. Some people you feed are a human being, and some is a kelev roiv. It's not capable of giving a proper gratitude. Doesn't have that capacity. And a giver, and that's what it called kalba savua, the satisfied dog. His giving was such, of course he wanted a kesher to the receiver, but he was able to give when the person was hungry like a dog and didn't have the capacity to give back. The person left, the end of the experience, the person was saved, had a sviya, and was able to give back as well. That's what I want to say about the type of giver that kalba savua was. I wanted to say with Rav Aryeh that I spoke about his connection to each one he gave, also his giving when there's no appreciation. And the healing power, I like what he gives in yeshiva because I have seen many get healed by the sense we're worthy of being wined and dined. And that experience of kalba savua, of somebody who may be rav kekelev, but then by getting and feeling like a mensch and feeling like a tremendous person, leaves save with the ability to give back and to thank and appreciate. I've seen that experience in his type of giving. It speaks about an altruistic giver, very healthy and powerful giver. Let's move to my English.
Water ready, man. Let's do this trailer. It's